Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. For today's video, I'm going to be doing my perfume tray update for weeks 3 and 4. I'm going to be sharing my experience with the fragrances that I wore week 3 and 4 of the month for the February perfume tray. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Amy. I do videos on all things girly, especially videos on smelling good. If you like that type of content, don't forget to subscribe before you leave today's video. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here with me today, and I appreciate you so much. With that said, let's get right into today's video. So today I'm going to be doing my final update for February's perfume tray. February's tray was so much fun and I enjoyed it so much. There might be like 1 or 2 declutters, but I loved every fragrance that I was putting on. There are a few that I'm kind of like on the fence about, so I'm going to share that with you guys today. So I did notice that the first update, I pretty much wore like my all-time favorite ones. And then this update, they're not my all-time favorite, but there's some really good ones in here. And there's some in here that I'm kind of, trying to figure out what to do with them. So let's jump right in. The first fragrance I'm going to be talking about is by Skylar, and this is Pink Canyon. So first of all, I love their packaging. So nice. I love it so much. I have, I believe, 3 of their fragrances at the moment, and this one reminds me so much of MAC Turquoise. So I did not wear this fragrance this month. I didn't pick it up because I was finishing up my MAC Turquoise. I went through the entire bottle. So now I'm going to start working on this one. They're not 100% dupes for each other, but they're very similar. I am going to be putting the notes to these fragrances on the screen so that you guys can see the notes and kind of like what they're all about. Pink Canyon has notes of grapefruit, lemon, sage, lily of the valley, tiare flower, magnolia, salt, cedar, musk, and amber. Those are all notes that are pretty easy for me to enjoy, except for the amber, but I don't feel it too much in this fragrance. So if you're not a fan of amber, don't be scared with this fragrance because it's gorgeous. You have to be the type of person who loves Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, MAC Turquoise, those types of bright, refreshing fragrances. It's citrusy to my nose, but with a very beautiful touch. So this fragrance is citrusy, but it's like the perfect citrus to me because grapefruit usually smells better to me than when you use like straight up orange, or sometimes mandarin, depending on how they do it, can be a little annoying to my nose, but grapefruit never gives me that feeling. I always just get like this refreshing blast and juicy and just perfect for feeling clean and fresh, but not smelling soapy. Very energizing, very bright and refreshing, and just clean without being too clean. It's just perfect. I feel like this one is perfect for everyday wear, for casual wear, even for bedtime. It's just a beautiful fragrance. So Pink Canyon was definitely amazing, and I am going to start using it now that I finished my MAC Turquoise. If you have MAC Turquoise, you don't need to own this. You can finish that one up and then try this one. Or if you've had MAC Turquoise and loved it, give this one a try and see how you feel about it. It smells so good. Love it so much. Perfect for spring and summer. Very refreshing. Next up, we're going to talk about one that I reviewed not too long ago. This is a niche fragrance, and I will say I am struggling with this one. It's beautiful. It's complex. It smells very expensive. It smells very luxurious. Really nice for date night or getting dressed up. And that's kind of where I'm having a hard time with it. I couldn't wear it this month because I just couldn't figure out where to wear this. I can't wear this just to go anywhere because it's very strong to me, and it's just something that I would wear if I'm going somewhere formal. And that is by Tamine, and this is Blue Heart. I am keeping this. I'm not going to declutter this fragrance because once I move, I want to see how I like it during fall and winter. I feel like I would enjoy it more during those seasons. I feel like spring and summer are not the seasons to try this out, even though some people do like it for summer. Maybe like if you're going on a date at nighttime or something, I think it would be really nice as well. But since it's so strong and it's like a beast, I would definitely wait until fall time just to see how it wears in cooler weather. I feel like I cannot wear this here. It's too hot. And I mean, there is kind of like this cool side to it, kind of like how Versace Crystal Noir has like that cool effect to it. So you can definitely wear it during warm weather if you can handle it. Because if you're like me and you don't like fragrances that are way too loud or just way too aggressive, then you might have a little bit of trouble wearing this in hot weather. But I want to keep it because I want to experience this in the cold. The same thing happened to me with ANSWR Blossom Love. I don't wear it here. I still have it. I want to wear these during cold weather. But the more I smell it, I feel like this fragrance, you have to kind of like get your nose used to it. I feel like the first times you smell it, it's just so different and so unique. I don't have anything that smells like this, so you're kind of trying to like pinpoint the notes. I know that there's saffron in here. I do get a lot of saffron, and I have been getting the coconut more recently. It smells, I think it smells much better on a tester strip also than it does on me. But I'm not giving up on it yet. I'm just giving you guys an update on kind of like the roller coaster that I'm on with this one. But it's still beautiful. It's still unique. It's still a great performer. And I think that it's worth the price. But you definitely have to sample this fragrance first. This is not a safe blind buy. And it is not one that I would encourage you to get, especially if you have a nose like me, because this isn't something that I would grab first pick. This is definitely one that I'm getting to know, and I'm giving it a few more chances because I feel like it is beautiful. It's so beautiful. I just feel like I need a little bit more cool weather for this one, and that is Blue Heart. This next fragrance is just so sweet, so romantic. I love this for like a date. It also makes me think of like mothers. Like I feel like my daughters would smell this and they would find it very comforting and just a very nice scent to be around. And this one is Givenchy's Irresistible. I feel like this just smells romantic and gentle and classy, kind of like the girl next door. Just a very beautiful scent, and I feel like this is a beautiful scent also for new mothers or mothers who just don't want like a very strong smelling fragrance. This one's really nice. I would spray it further down if you have like a baby, just so that it's not close, especially if you're breastfeeding. I used to do that. I breastfed my youngest for 2 years. So that is kind of around the time that I did start my YouTube, was when I was weaning off of breastfeeding her. But whenever I was breastfeeding, I never sprayed fragrance like directly on my chest or my neck because I didn't want to bother my babies. So I would usually spray it a little bit lower on me and way less. But this type of fragrance would just have you smelling so good, so comforting. So it's a little powdery with a little bit of, I believe there's rose in here, but it's like a pink rose to me. It's like a very soft floral, maybe even peony. I'm not sure what's in here, but let me go ahead and look because now I'm curious. All right, so that's why I love it. It has my favorite notes in here. So this has pear and ambrette. Beautiful. Ambrette is so beautiful, and so is pear. So I love this already because of that. Then you have rose and iris in the mid. So you get like that rose with a little bit of a powdery touch. And then there's musk and Virginia cedar. Perfection. It's perfection. It's soft. It's romantic. Perfect if you want to go on a date. It's so good. It smells sweet. It smells inviting. It also smells very feminine, girly, and juicy also, even though it does have a little bit of a powdery touch, but it's not a dry powdery fragrance. It's not super dry. It just has like a powdery touch from the iris, which is very also feminine as well. But then the other notes give it like a juiciness. The pear makes it very bright and juicy. Beautiful. I would say that this is very close to being a safe blind buy. But if you don't like sweet fragrances or like super girly fragrances, I would sample first. But if you love sweet, if you love feminine, girly, this is a safe one. It's so gorgeous. I love it so much. This is the EDP, by the way. I have never tried the EDT version yet, but this one's beautiful. Next up, we have Ellis Brooklyn Myth. And this one I'm on the fence about. So I have loved this one for so long. I've talked to you guys about this fragrance. It's very clean, very unisex, smells kind of like a bar of soap, but a unisex one, like a manly bar of soap, but then it still has a little bit of a feminine touch in here. And I have a mini, like a small dent going on. This fragrance does last a long time on me, which is so odd. Usually the fragrances that people complain about longevity usually last really long on me, And that happens with this one. I could smell this all day on me. My husband really likes it too. I was about to choose Toca Julieta over this one, and I was going to declutter this because for a clean scent, my all-time favorite lately has been Toca Julieta. It's just the perfect clean scent while still smelling very feminine and girly. This one is clean, but it's more of a unisex type of scent. And I will say that some days I do enjoy that. I'm not the type of girl who wears unisex fragrances all the time, but there is something about a unisex fragrance that leans a little bit more on the feminine side. It's very clean. It just makes you feel very clean and cool. And like wherever you're going to walk past, you're just going to leave like this whiff of just, ooh, she is so clean. Like I feel like that is what this is. I was so close to decluttering it, but my husband was like, that smells so good on you. So I think I'm gonna keep this one for now. So I will update you guys if I change my mind. But for those of you looking for a clean fragrance, Ellis Brooklyn Myth is definitely one to try out. But again, sample. That one is clean, leaning closer to like soap. So you have to like clean fragrances to enjoy Myth. Next up is one that I'm very shocked. If you have been subscribed to my channel from the start, you are just going to be like, what? Because I have talked nothing but good things about this fragrance. I'm not sure if this went bad or if my nose, I know that my nose is changing a lot recently, and a lot of fragrances that I used to love are just not doing it for me no more. So this is Chanel and this is Chance Eau Vive. What? I know. This was the first Chance fragrance that I got. I didn't own the Eau Tendre or the Eau Fresh. I got those afterwards. I recently got rid of the Eau Fresh because it was starting to smell super masculine and woody on me in a way that I wasn't really enjoying too much. And then recently I wore the Eau Vive. I wore this on my daughter's birthday. She turned 12 recently and we went to go eat ramen, and my mom was here visiting us, so she went with us as well. And I have always worn this fragrance and found it so refreshing and sexy at the same time. And the day that I put this on, it was driving me crazy. There is something, either this went bad because I just cannot wrap my head around how different it's smelling to me. It smells nothing like what I remember it. There's something very sharp and like white floral coming through. Lately, I'm gonna have to look at the notes because that might explain it for me. Maybe I'm picking up like a note that I didn't pick up before. So this fragrance has notes of blood orange, grapefruit, and citruses, middle notes of jasmine and white musk, and the base notes are vetiver, cedar, and iris. I'm thinking it's the blood orange. There was a point in time where I was really, really obsessed with like blood orange and bitter orange. And lately, when I pick up orange in my fragrances, they just don't really do it for me like they used to. So I don't know, I feel like this one might be leaving my collection, which I can't believe it. It smells really good on the strip, but when I wore it, it just smells so sharp and like white floral, completely white floral, which I didn't get before. And then my mom was here, so I told her to put it on her skin to see if she wanted to take it with her, and she didn't enjoy it either, and it was just very sharp. But on the strip, it's not smelling bad. I'm not sure what to do with this one. I might wear it one more time just to make sure, but it was almost about to give me a headache. So I don't know. It is strong though. It did last, and I did smell it while I was wearing it. So that was a plus, but I'm going to have to wear it maybe one more time before I decide if this is going to be leaving the collection. And then following up with Chance Chanel Eau Tendre. And this is the EDT version because I prefer the EDT over the EDP version. I feel like this one is better rounded, it's smoother, it's just done better. The EDP was a little too strong and sharp for me. They're very similar scents and you can tell that they are the same scent, but the EDP definitely has more rose, it's more sharp, it's just not for me, but the EDT one is perfection. And this one has notes of quince, grapefruit, hyacinth, jasmine, musk, iris, Virginia cedar, and amber. Definitely the EDT. This is just girly girl, flirty, fun, pink. It's juicy, it's bright. It's just, to me, it just makes me think of shopping at the mall and going makeup shopping and going to Sephora. It always makes me think of Sephora. Really girly, really fun, sweet. It's just perfect. There's nothing wrong with this fragrance at all. And if you're looking for something to gift to someone, I feel like this is a nice gift because I feel like it's very crowd pleasing and I feel like it would fit many different preferences. It just smells good. It makes you smell very good and very feminine, and it's floral, but it's like a very soft fruity floral. It's not strong or harsh in any way. That is Chanel Trans Otendre. All right, next up we have Floral Street Wonderland Peony. I wore this a couple times this month. Beautiful, girly, fruity fragrance. This has guava in it. So if you like guava, I feel like it's very noticeable in this fragrance. I love guava. It is juicy, it's sweet, but it's just so different. It has like this tropical vibe to it. And the notes in this fragrance are guava, red berries, Sicilian lemon. Middle notes are raspberry bloom, peony, and violet. And the base notes are cotton candy, vanilla, resins, woody notes, cedar, and vetiver. But honestly, I do get the woody notes, which is what rounds out this fragrance because you do have a lot of sweetness going on. You have guava, you have raspberry, peony, cotton candy, vanilla. Those woods come in and really finish off this fragrance for me. The main thing that I get in here, it's guava, peony, and cotton candy. That's kind of like the main highlighted notes in here, but the woods kind of, they're in the background, just rounding everything out, making it smooth. And those red berries, they're not giving like a juicy red berry vibe. They're almost giving me like berries with leaves on them, kind of a little bit of green touch. It's such a good one. I love this fragrance. It's so good. Only thing I'm going to kind of like complain a little about is the performance. I feel like I don't smell this one on me as much as I smell other fragrances. So if I want to smell it a lot, I would have to reapply throughout the day. This probably lasts like 3 to 4 hours on me. It's not a long lasting fragrance, so that's the only bummer about this fragrance, but it smells so good, especially if you are a guava lover. This is a must have. Next up we have Prada Paradox, and I'm going to tell you guys what happened to me with this fragrance. I'm kind of like heartbroken, but it's not going nowhere. I'm still gonna wear it. I think I got a little too heavy-handed the other night and I put this on for bed, which I have worn this for bed before and my husband has always told me I smell good. But I wore this the other night for bed. I did kind of go crazy on the sprays, which was my fault. And I was pretty much choking him out. Like he was just like, please, that fragrance is so strong. I felt so bad. So now when I wear Paradox, I'm only gonna do like 2-3 sprays. So I know that people were like complaining about this being boring, also saying that it was generic, but this is good. It has great performance. It projects. I can smell it on myself for hours and hours, and then the dry down is just like this beautiful warm vanilla. So it dries down completely different from the way that it smells when you first apply it. It does have similarities to My Way a lot in the opening, so I do get like tuberose, kind of like bubblegummy vibes from it, and then as it starts to dry down, I start getting a warmer vanilla sexy fragrance. It's just so warm. I think I might reserve this for like when I'm going out and stuff. This is great for date night, but it's long lasting. This will last like 10 hours on me. If I put this on, I know that I'm going to be able to smell it. It does smell like a lot of fragrances and a lot of fragrances that you will find in the designer world, but I think that it's gorgeous. I think it's very feminine and sexy and just beautiful. So that is Prada Paradox. Next up, I have Killian's I Don't Need a Prince by My Side to Be a Princess. This is so beautiful. This, if you love marshmallow, if you like Replica's Matcha Meditation, which also has matcha tea in it, you would really enjoy this because this is like a marshmallowy scent with just a touch of like a tea note in there. And it is like a tea note, but then the marshmallow gives it like this fluffy texture to the fragrance. So it doesn't smell green or anything like that. It just smells to me very marshmallow fluffy. It's kind of like a cloud of sweetness, but it's just the right amount of sweetness. It's not cloying to me. It's not too much. It is beautiful. It is just perfect. It's just like a good smelling cloud over you the whole day, because This one also, people complain about longevity with this one, but this one lasts me a pretty good amount of time. What I like about this one is it does project off of the skin, so I have this scent bubble almost the entire time that I'm wearing it, and that's what I love about a fragrance. So this one's beautiful to wear to doctor's appointments, maybe even like nurses or like the healthcare workers. I feel like if you apply 2 sprays of this, very conservative and not overdone, it can smell beautiful. And you still have a little bit of florals going on, feminine, but it is very inviting, very fluffy, marshmallow type of scent. So this one's really nice. I didn't wear it too much this month. I wore it, I think, only once. But this one is gorgeous. I love this one. So that is Killian Princess. The last 2 I'm going to be talking about, I also am a little confused with them because I kind of wish that I could just keep one and not have 2 of them. So I am talking about Alien Goddess and Alien Goddess Intense. So I did put these 2 on my tray, and I did wear the Alien Goddess a few times, but I did not reach for the Alien Intense. So I'm not sure what's going on. Every time that I kind of wanted to like reach for this one, I just wasn't really feeling it. So the Alien Goddess is just vanilla and coconut. It's very simple. This is not something that I would consider like a must-have unless you love vanilla and coconut fragrances. But it is very beautiful. It's comforting, and I feel like you can wear it during winter, but then it also can be worn during spring and summer because it also has a little bit of like a tropical touch to it, even though it is very creamy and smooth. I love this one. It's so good. I'm keeping this one for sure because I just love the way this smells. But the intense version, it's kind of tricky. Some days I find it smells really, really nice, and then other days I'm just not up for it. And I know it's because this one has, I believe it has amber, it has jasmine tea, if I'm not mistaken. It just has more like stronger notes. And although it is beautiful, I feel like if I had to pick between these 2, I would definitely go with the original Alien Goddess. I just feel like the Alien Goddess Intense, I don't know, you guys. I think Alien Goddess Intense might be leaving. So it did get some use. I did get a dent in there, not this month, but previous months I did wear it more. So I did notice that I did enjoy this one more in cooler weather. I don't like this in warm weather, and I feel like it's not even like a favorite. I will be doing a declutter video when I get enough fragrances in that declutter. Then you guys will get an update to see what stayed and what didn't stay. But if I had to choose one of these 2, I would definitely go with Alien Goddess. Only difference between these 2 fragrances is this is vanilla and coconut. This is vanilla and coconut, but with amber, with jasmine, with tea notes in here. So it's definitely, they did do an intense version of the original Alien, which houses sometimes don't do that. They give you like a totally different scent. This one, you can definitely smell the Goddess DNA. It's a little bit heavier, it's stronger. If you felt like this didn't give you enough, it was just vanilla and coconut, then you would definitely prefer the intense version. But I really, really love the original Goddess. I really love it. So that brings me to the end of today's video. I am all pooped out. I have been filming since like 11 o'clock and it's already dinner time. So I'm going to turn off all these lights and go with my husband and my girls to get a few errands done and eat some dinner. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Comment down below how you feel about the fragrances that I talked about today. Do you love them? Do you hate them? I love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next video.
Myself all of my favorite things. Been through some bad shit, I should be